it because she wanted to explain the reason behind her new album called Revival, which features songs like Good For You and the song she has out now called Same Old Love, the follow-up to that one, which is doing great, by the way, guys, on the chart. It is skyrocketing all the way to the top. It hasn't reached the number one position yet, but slowly but surely climbing up the charts weekend after weekend. Everybody is requesting this one, having a file and a thought on this sort of thing, and that's the kind of response I want to be hearing for Selena Gomez. I don't want to hear so much negativity towards her because she doesn't deserve negativity. She's not a celebrity that went astray. It seemed like she was going astray there for a while, but she definitely did a complete 180 and turned her life around, and that's more than what I can say for people like Ariana Grande, Bridget Mendler, who I spoke on here yesterday, on the show, Miley Cyrus. They have all taken a downward spiral and a turn for the worse. Selena Gomez seemed to be headed in that same direction, but she has turned her life around, and I thank God for that. Her series on Netflix is awesome. Everything she's done as an executive producer, you would expect to have a lot of faults and flaws, but it doesn't. And her music is just hitting note after note and giving us a reason to be really proud after everything she has done. You know, her music in the past was awesome, and her music in 2015 and the current era of music with all the competition we're seeing out there from the likes of Demi Lovato, even Miley Cyrus herself, who is still on syndicated radio. I mean, we have a lot to be proud of when it comes to her, and I think we should be putting her over more than probably what we are putting her over for having done thus far. The last year and a half has been so fun for me talking about Selena Gomez, and I don't regret having done it for one single minute, nor should anybody else who's making the decision to put her over. And hopefully in 2016, 2017, we'll be hearing the same sort of stuff. We'll be seeing the same sort of stuff from Selena as both a singer and a producer, because it's just so awesome how far she has come in such a short amount of time. You wouldn't have expected her to accomplish as much as what she has over the last year, and how can you not go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt and get behind the wheel of endorsement for her like I have chosen to do over the last several months, especially after she came out and was so honest about her lupus diagnosis and how hard that battle was for her to actually transit with and have to cope with. I can only imagine how difficult it was, and that was one thing that I brought up in a lot of the interviews I took out time to do for sites like Blog Talk and Mixler.com. I think that, more people should be giving her the benefit of the doubt and not choosing to come down hard on her for being very honest about her battle with lupus. I know it took a lot of courage, because a lot of people can change their point of view very quickly about somebody once they find out something to sort of hold against them and hold them down for having happened to them or doing in their lifetime. And I don't think we should hold Selena Gomez accountable or hold her back from doing anything that she wants to do, like a lot of people will probably choose to do. And it takes a lot of courage to do this sort of thing. I wouldn't blame her if she kind of second-guessed herself before making that final decision to come out and be very honest about it, because a lot of people are very uncertain about what could happen if it ever came out in the open and it was put up forth in the public eye. But I really appreciate what she's done here and how she's gone about, dealing with the whole issue and being so honest about everything, and that's as frankly honest as I can be with all of you. I could have chosen to criticize Selena for just using this as an act of desperation to come out and say, I have lupus, but I'm not going to do that, because it takes a lot of courage, and actually that's just a real life thing that Selena's battling, and I don't think anybody should choose to come down hard on her in the way of criticism for what she has chosen to do, because, as I said, it takes a lot of courage, and she should be honored for doing that. Every album she puts out at least one number one hit on a Billboard chart. It's either I Love the Way I Like You, or Who Says, or something along those lines. I mean, there's just so many great songs that we've heard from her over the years. Even the Wizards of Waverly Place theme song was great, both the original version and the remix of that song, I Want You to Know, which I just played for you here at the start of the show. The new song she has out, like Good For You and Same Old Love, are just doing such a great job for themselves and giving Selena Gomez such a phenomenal reputation. How can you go on without recognizing the overwhelming response and success that she has had because of all this? I don't think we can for much longer, and that's why I've chosen to put her over, celebrating Selena Gomez's career choices in both her career and her life. Really looking forward to the future for her, and if you have a thought on what we can expect to see and hear from Selena in the very near future, probably within the next 1 to 2 years, you can give it to me in the comments of this video at JonathanClarke22 with a tweet on Twitter and a creative hashtag, which is really appreciated, at JonathanClarke1, and on my Facebook page at HEW Entertainment with over 1,000 subscribers. You can let us all know what you are thinking and what you are feeling towards Selena Gomez. I have a lot of sympathy for her having to put up with Justin Bieber, by the way, guys. He was absolutely ridiculous how he handled their breakup, how he turned around and almost instantly blamed Selena Gomez, came down really hard on her for everything that happened. But I think that Justin Bieber is equally as much as the blame. I mean, Justin Bieber took some time off. He went for rehabilitation. He came back with several songs like Sorry, which is doing great for itself on the Billboard chart. Now, I'm not choosing to knock or criticize Justin for putting out songs like What Do You Mean and Sorry. But obviously this is somewhat of a message, an emphatic message from Justin Bieber saying, you know, I'm over it. I'm getting on with my professionalism, with my career, and I've forgotten about Selena Gomez. Now, obviously, Selena didn't forget about Justin as quickly as what he did. Forget about her, but how can Justin even say that with how Justin reacted upon being asked about Selena Gomez? There were several YouTube videos that I actually remember watching where Justin walked off interviews after having been asked about Selena Gomez. So to say that he had forgotten about her as quickly as what he said he did, I think that was a line that was kind of kayfabing what was actually going on within his soul. He definitely had a lot of mixed emotions towards Selena Gomez, and that's why he reacted the way he did in several YouTube interviews. But at least Selena Gomez was very honest about her feelings towards Justin, also her battle with lupus and a lot of the songs that came out for Revival. She openly admitted that What the Heart Wants was about Justin Bieber a while back, before that record was ever dropped. And I would imagine that several of her other songs, especially some of the songs on Revival, even though she doesn't say they're about Justin Bieber, probably more than one is, because she was very intimate with him, she was very close with him, and it received a lot of attention from the media, like you would expect a relationship like the likes of Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's to have received from the media. People just didn't let up. And I'm wondering why they didn't explode. I'm wondering why someone like a Justin Bieber or a Selena Gomez didn't explode. Sometimes they would be very irritated with fans and paparazzi following them around. But Justin, I think, was the first one, if there was an explosion, to explode. Rather than Selena. She tried to keep that tamed down image somewhat. She tried to change it a little bit, but she tried to keep herself tamed down a little bit and refused to explode in light of what people were saying about it, the different opinions that were being exchanged amongst reviewers, amongst fans, the everyday individuals. I don't blame Selena for trying to stay tamed down more so than what Justin did, but it obviously benefited her in the long run because people are still looking at her the same way they did about 4 or 5 years ago. You know, she's come a long way. Since Wizards of Waverly Place, I remember watching virtually every single episode and every single season of Wizards. I think there were a total of 4 through 5 seasons of Wizards, including both the movie and Wizards Return by 2013. She produced that, as I just mentioned here earlier. She's definitely come a long way since then, and I think she deserves to be put over for everything she has done, and that's why I've chosen to do it in recent weeks here on this show and some interviews that I've taken the time out to do. And I would recommend that you check out both her album, available for download on iTunes, and her new series, which Netflix just picked up. I believe it's called 13 Reasons Why. I could be wrong with that, but I have seen a lot of previews of this. I just can't think of the name off the top of my tongue, but it is a great show. I know it focuses on suicide of a teenage girl who leaves behind pre-recorded with cassette tapes explaining the reasons for her suicide for certain individuals who she actually in fact blamed, and kind of put a bit of a distinction on and pointed the finger towards for it. It kind of raises awareness. Basically, the purpose of it is to raise awareness to how severe an issue like suicide is. And being a victim of suicide after my dad committed suicide just last year, back in 2014, in the winter of last year, February 3rd, 2014, I know how much that can affect somebody and how much it can bring somebody down. So I do want to recommend that if you are dealing with it yourself, you check this series out. And I do put Selena Gomez over for this award-winning Netflix series, which is a great one and a great start for her on the future. And I look forward to seeing more great stuff from her in the very near future from her within the next 1 to 2 years, as I am speculating on, because there's so much that can come from Selena Gomez, especially with the reputation she has garnered for herself ever before her being a producer was known by the world of entertainment. She came out and said, you know, I've been a singer, I've been an actress for a great deal of time, and now I'm going to try a hand at producing. And a lot of people were critical on that because she had no experience whatsoever coming over from being a singer and an actress. Both genres were very successful for Selena, but she had everything produced for her. She had very minimal, you know, of herself being put out there. She had a great deal of assistance, and now as a producer, she's kind of assisting other people with the people that she's casting in these roles, with the different advice she's handing out. So I think there's a lot going on for her, and there's more going on for her than a lot of celebrities out there. Like Ariana Grande's future is very uncertain at this point in time. Although her song Focus may be a great song. You know, I've been very honest about how I've been a fan of Ariana Grande, and now more times I'm not a fan of Ariana Grande for how crazy Ariana Grande tends to become. Sometimes with some of the videos and the photos that I've been sharing from her Facebook fan page, which are pretty provocative and pretty out there, pretty outrageous. I remember some of the party videos she was throwing up and some of the music videos that she was putting out over the last maybe 1 to 2 months, and they were very outrageous, more so than what I could have said about her probably 4 or 5 months ago. Her career may have taken a turn for the worse. Justin Bieber's obviously is trying to turn it around, but it's still, being questioned whether or not Justin will change and prove out to have changed over the next 5 to 6 months. That remains to be seen. But if anyone deserves credit right now, it is Selena Gomez, and without a doubt, she is my favorite person in the world right now for a number of different things she is doing, the different avenues her career has taken down, the different charities she's raising awareness for, the different issues like suicide, like 13 Reasons Why is focusing on for Netflix. I mean, there's so much happening for her, and it's all happening for a reason. We don't know what that reason is right now. I would speculate on it and say that the reason is because she is trying to turn her life around, and she's done it very effectively, and I think that more than just me should be giving her credit. I think this is something that needs to be made aware, especially to the Selena Gomez fans out there who followed her on Wizards and the different projects we have seen her involved in and became involved with over the last couple of years. She definitely deserves to be commended, and I think on a scale of 1 through 10, you can easily rate what she's doing at least 9 out of 10. I won't go all the way and say it's an instant 10 out of 10 classic, what Selena Gomez has done with her life, because there was a lot of skepticism and a lot of speculation on her future, if in fact she was going to have one. And I think she's proven a lot of her critics wrong. And that's the biggest thing to come out of this, is that Selena's proven a lot of her critics wrong, who said, she wasn't going to amount to anything. She was just going to be another Disney star who was going to get away from Disney and go absolutely crazy. But the fact is,